a big exposure to the real estate sector. How will you really defend your position on that front?
So, first and foremost, at the end of each quarter, we make a clear disclosure in terms of what our overall real estate exposure is. As far as the exposures which we thought were marginal in nature, where we thought that there could be inherent weaknesses, we have over a period of time, including the last quarter, made provisions for those names. As far as the rest of the exposures are concerned, either the large exposures are to the very highly rated real estate names, and then the other ones are relatively small. The point I would make here really is that, just to look at it as a real estate exposure in itself is not sufficient. I think what you need to see is that which is the developer to which you have the exposure, which is the project to which you are exposed, and then what is the underlying collateral. Unless you're able to see it through these three lenses, you will never have the picture that actually reflects the risk accurately.
How much of the 20,000 crore rupees, and you said a substantial portion of that subgrade investment portfolio that you have is coming in from ADAG Group. How much of that is also part of real estate?
So there is real estate included in that. In the 20,000 crore book that we put out there as a sub-investment grade also has some real estate exposures. And those really reflected names, as I mentioned to you, where we thought that there could be potential weaknesses going forward, and which we thought we should flag and provision right up front.
So a large part of that is also coming in from real estate, but the figure that is floating around, and I have got, is that probably a huge size of about 25,000 odd crore rupees on account of stressed real estate could be part of your portfolio, and that is really causing a lot of problems.
So where I have a disagreement with you is where you say that there's a large stressed portfolio out there. Who makes that determination that that portfolio is stressed? Every single quarter we do very openly mention what our exposure to the real estate sector is, and you can find it in our results. You can see it on our website. But for somebody to make a determination that large exposure is stressed, to my mind, is unjustified and actually unwarranted.
All right, so NBFC as well as real estate, both interlinked at the present scenario, and we are seeing how things are playing out in these two sectors. On account of that, does that worry you, Ravneet, at this point? And while for the outer public you have given in public domain a 20,000 crore rupees of portfolio which could be risky in nature, internally are you working with a bigger master list which is on your watch list personally?
No, so first and foremost, again, when we talk about the 20,000 crore and you said that that's the risky book, let's be clear that that is the sub-investment grade book. Now, just because it is sub-investment grade doesn't mean that it has to necessarily slip. So that is number one. Number two, when you say that we are working with a larger master list, it almost tends to suggest that the 20,000 crore that you put out there was in some ways lowballing the actual number.